This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Sports rundown.
I got work to do. I got work, baby. I gotta give. I got work to do. Got so much work.
Welcome into the Sports Rundown here on 89.5 KQAL. I'm Rory McIIroy, joined by Gabe Slavin and Eric Bell here tonight on this cloudy and soon-to-be possible thunderstorm, a severe thunderstorm here in Winona, Minnesota. Right now we're in a tornado watch, so anybody who's listening right now, hunker down for the next hour and listen to the Sports Rundown here. Your home for Warrior Athletics, which this Sunday you'll be able to hear Warrior softball, a doubleheader, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, first pitch starting at 1 for that first game. That's when our coverage will start against the St. Cloud State Huskies. But Eric and Gabe, we're here tonight on this night where there could be some severe weather, and I wanted to start it off with, what would you say was, if you remember, if there's a storm that happened and when you were younger, was kind of what was the procedure? You go down to the basement, and if you did, or what type of activities would you do to kind of keep yourself busy throughout that?
Usually when we have severe thunderstorms in the lone state of the Midwest, I'm not going to say it just yet.
Is that controversial?
The lone state.
The lone state?
I don't actually mean as the lone state.
Well,
just the lonely state. I don't know. Just whatever you want to say, if you're just going to check me on that. But yeah, we just usually just went down to the basement and watched the news, and mostly just because I don't know. It's usually like around this time of day, or like for some reason I always feel like having severe weather is like an 8 or 9 o'clock thing. Obviously it's not, but like usually when we go to the basement, it's like an 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So people are just trying to go to bed anyway, so...
No, I agree with that point. Yeah, I don't know why. It just does.
It's always like that. I remember in 2024, I think the summer, there was like a big weather storm here in Winona. It was like the year that was like kind of like flooding over the summer. I think there was a tornado that touched down somewhere, and so there was like the sirens were going off, and I was like, do I need to go down to my laundry room? Like, is this really that serious? Like, it was just like really windy, kind of scary. So I went down there, and I just talked to my other apartment people that lived there.
Well, there we have it. I would say mine was, we go down to the basement, and like, is your guys' basement, is it below ground?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we would go down there and we'd watch a movie or something, and I think we had a ping pong table, and speaking of ping pong, they talked about on the weather service statement that just came out here over the air, is that there could be ping pong size hail coming down here in the next hour or so. So if you are driving, just go home and park your car in the garage. But yeah, being down in the basement was definitely what I would do. So then, what I looked up here, I use ChatGPT for this. I looked up the most common board games and card games that people will play during severe weather, or if they're waiting it out. So there's 5 classic board games and then 4 card games. Can you guys collectively get them all?
Uno.
That's one of them. That's one of the card games.
I was gonna say solitaire, but that's definitely not up there.
Go Fish.
Go Fish is the second of the card games.
You said board game too?
Yeah, 4 card games. You got 2 of them, and then 5 board games.
Monopoly.
Monopoly, that was the number 1.
Game of Life.
Game of Life. Yep. You guys, you're on fire.
Sorry.
Sorry. That'd be good.
No, that's a good guess, I would say, but
Hippo. What's the hippo? What's
Hungry
Hippo?
not seeing that on here.
Dang.
Candyland.
Nope.
Really? Dang. No. Candyland.
Think of spelling.
Blocus.
Putting together words.
Scrabble.
Oh.
Yep.
There
Scrabble.
we go.
Yahtzee.
Nope.
Going back to card games, is there poker?
Poker. Yep. And then 1 more for card games.
I'm gonna say 21.
No, but it has a number in the title.
52 card pickup.
No.
That's a fun game to play.
Is it just pick up every
Yeah,
card?
just start the whole deck.
You could do that to pass time. It has a number. It's two words and has a number, the second.
Crazy 8.
Crazy 8, yep. All right, and then you need 2 more board games here. They're both one word. And one of
Battleship.
nope. One of them takes a long time.
Well,
Actually, the other one might.
Really?
I've only played one of these games.
Well, usually when I think of a board game that takes a long time, it's Monopoly.
yeah.
So yeah, what's the other game? I'm not sure if you guys have ever played this. It's about global domination.
Oh, Risk.
Risk. Gabe, you ever played?
Fun
Honestly,
game.
this is the first time I've ever heard of it.
What?
Really? Oh, that's crazy. It is. That's one of the best games
Yeah.
ever. It's you roll die and you try to take over the world. It's
so fun.
It's so fun. And when someone tries to attack someone and they lose and they have the advantage, it's just hilarious.
It's not the troop size that matters. It's how you roll the dice that matters.
Yeah. All right. The last one is, you guys ever watch Jeopardy? That's not the answer, but you ever watch Jeopardy?
Mm-hmm.
All right. When there's the board, right? It has all the money values, and they pick one. They give you what is the information they're providing? What is that called? It's an answer.
Guess.
No.
The information that they put on the board.
It's kind of like a hint almost. What's another? It's like they're describing what the answer is.
Clue?
Correct.
Oh, okay. There you go.
There we go, guys. So we got to play Risk then sometime, Gabe. Like with this,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you need a day like this, and it's the weather not great outside, and yeah. So nice job with getting those correct. We'll move on here to some Warrior sports, as now we're on the sports rundown, and we do have some Warrior sports going on today, and one of those was the women's golf team, and they were starting at the Wildcat Invitational.
Yes, they are. I mean, currently they have finished the first round today. They are currently placed in 8th right now, behind Morningside, Concordia, Nebraska, Kearney, Augustana, Sioux Falls, Wayne State, and Minnesota State leading that pack. The women's Warriors team ends the day with plus 28. Georgia Volley and Lindsay Lund tied for 21st with the plus 6. Kesamara placed with a plus 8. And tied for 37th with Taylor Lemire with a plus 8 too. Megan Young with a plus 13, and Maeve McDougall with a plus 10. They currently they will be doing this until tomorrow. I assume tomorrow morning in Wayne, Nebraska.
There we have it out in Wayne, Nebraska. Probably staying at the Cobblestone Hotel, which is maybe the only hotel in town.
Oh, really?
Because there's just not much in Wayne, Nebraska.
No, I mean, it's Nebraska.
But yeah, it is. But
You're forgetting the water tower, Ryan.
well, I was just about to get to that before you.
Sorry, I'll let you do it.
And what does it say on the water tower, Gabe?
Wayne, America.
That's correct. Yes. Because you were there last basketball season, the 24-25 year, right? Yep. And that was the December Augie Wayne trip, and unfortunately both the teams lost. I think they lost both games that day. I think didn't the women's lost overtime, I believe.
Yeah, the men's, it was the Kai Smith game.
That's right, the Kai
notorious,
Smith,
the
what
was he?
game.
6 for 7 from the field, and
Something
just unbelievable.
Like he was, yeah. And then, but hey, we got the last laugh. Beat him at McCown conference tourney, right? End of the season.
Despite J.J. Farron's best
J.J.
Curry
Farron,
impression,
oh my gosh,
get him out of here. We knocked him out.
Yes. Anyway, that was women's golf, as they have one more day of the tournament tomorrow. We'll talk about golf in the second half of the sports rundown. The Masters yesterday. We'll talk about plenty of that. Next up, though, we can go with our baseball team, as they were in action this weekend.
Yeah, they had a weekend series against St. Cloud State University in St. Cloud. And on Friday, they had a couple of matchups against the Huskies. Didn't go great for them in their matchups. They lost the first one 7-6. Notice how I switched that around. But St. Cloud State did pick up the victory there. Peyton Conley picked up the best batting average of the day with 2 hits, 4 RBI, as well as a run on 4 at-bats, as well as Easton Arndt picking up a pair of hits as well. And Easton Arndt also picked up the loss for the day for the Warriors, as he allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, and no strikeouts on the day. And then their next matchup was later that Friday as well. Warriors dropped that contest 7-4, as the lead batter on the day was Boone Kirst, only having 1 hit. No Warrior got more than 1 hit in this performance, so just didn't really get the bats going early, but that really changed in the next one, and that was on the Saturday's matchup, and the first pitch was at 11 o'clock in St. Cloud. Warriors picked up a very crucial 12-8 victory over the Huskies to maintain a 10-11 NSIC record. And it was closed off by Connor Weed, who had a 2 RBI shot in top of the 6th, where he helped close off for the Warriors. He had 3 hits on the day on 3 at-bats, as well as 4 RBI and 3 runs as well. Max Strecker picked up the win in the pitching mound, as he only allowed 1 run and 2 strikeouts on the day, so he continued to have very solid performance here for the Warriors, and that will kind of move us towards their weekend series. Obviously, asterisks here, there is expected to be some rain throughout the week, so tentatively they should be playing the SMSU Mustangs in Marshall, Minnesota on Wednesday, with first pitch at 1:30 and 3:30 for that series, as well as in the weekend they'll be taking on Wayne State in Lowry Field for their weekend series as well, so be sure to stay tuned for that.
Yeah, definitely tentative for sure with this. We don't know what this weather could rain most 3 or 4 days this week, and we'll see. With the baseball team that currently sits on that last spot for the NSIC tournament, would be huge to get that experience right now. They're 10-11 in the conference, as Gabe said. The next team, or teams I should say, in the conference, 10-15, both Minnesota Duluth and Concordia St. Paul with that record. So right now some breathing room. Winona State trying to just stay in that position and try to make up some ground, as they're still a couple games behind Wayne State. Speaking of the Wildcats, who are in 7th right now for baseball. Next up, we will go then with our softball team, who for the moment ranked 23rd in the country. But Gabe, I think they're going to move up just a little bit.
And yeah, that's going to come off a major weekend. We can start, since we started this talking about Wayne State, they started their weekend series off against Wayne State on Friday with a pair of gains at Maynard R. Johnson Field, picking up 2 dubs in there as well. 4-2 victory to start things off, with Tegan Mancuso picking up a pair of hits with 3 at-bats, and Izzy Howe, as well as Ashley Tyson, who picked up the win for the Warriors with 3 1/3 innings pitched, only allowed 4 hits and 5 strikeouts as well. She's been really that third quality pitcher that the Warriors have been looking for a past couple of seasons, so continue to see how she progresses as a pitcher so far. And then they also picked up another win against the Wildcats on later that Friday, I should say, as well, as they won 5-4 with a couple of solid plays so far for the Warriors. And Alyssa Wolfel, I'll get to her a little bit more in depth later. She led the way with 2 hits as well as 2 RBIs, as well as a run so far in that performance. But that was the second win against a Wayne State team already at 30 wins with 40 games played so far. So quality opponent. But there's another quality opponent that the Warriors face this weekend. Multiple-time conference champion, the Augustana Vikings, who, correct me if I'm wrong, they won the conference last year for NSIC softball.
You're correct. They beat Winona State 12-1 in the championship game.
Well, they didn't get them this time, as the Warriors picked up both wins as well in this contest. Ashley Tyson picked up the first win as a pitcher. Warriors won 9-8 as well. Alyssa Wolfel, 3 hits on 4 at-bats as well as 2 RBIs, leading the way once again for the Warriors. And again, Alicia Tyson allowed 9 hits, only 4 runs and 4 walks so far. But again, another really good performance. Jada Berg picks up the save as well in the final inning to close off the Vikings in their first contest. And then their last contest, the Warriors picked up a 10-6 victory to pick up their 4th win of the weekend against the Vikings as well. Alyssa Wolfel, one more time, the lead batter, 2 hits as well. Jada Johnson picking up 3 hits as well, but Wolfel also had 3 runs, 2 RBI, and 2 walks on the day, which also got her NSIC Player of the Week. After her very great performances so far this weekend to help sweep the Vikings at Maynard R. Johnson Field, Jada Berg picking up the victory as well. She's 16-2 so far in the season for the Warriors. Warriors 37-6, and they should be still first in the NSIC with quite a few ground to gain, Ryan.
Yeah, 16-2. Next best is their opponent this upcoming Sunday. They'll be playing Concordia St. Paul on the road Friday for doubleheader, weather permitting. And then the games we'll be having on the air here Sunday at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. St. Cloud State, the Huskies, who are second right now at 13-3 in the conference. So definitely an opportunity to extend that lead a little bit in the conference and try to pick up a regular season championship. Right now, 37-6, a team that is definitely in prime position to put themselves to the NCAA tournament as long as they continue to do what they're doing. And make sure to tune in. You'll hear Ani Lang on the call this upcoming Sunday, a former KQAL alum who just graduated in December. Be awesome to have her back down and on the mic. So make sure to listen to that. We'll have coverage starting at 1 o'clock this Sunday for some Warriors softball. Next up, we will go with, there was one other stat I wanted to add. That was the first series sweep against Augustana for the Warriors since April of 2019. So it's been 7 years, been a little while. As Gabe said, Augustana's been that reigning team. They get the win. Next up, we'll go with our women's tennis team. Eric, who had a little bit of a struggle this past week.
Yeah, they had a struggle against Sioux Falls, University of Sioux Falls, and then Augustana in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where they both lost 2 games. Against Augustana, they lost 7-0, but against Sioux Falls, they dropped. They at least got 2 single points with Kate Verlander, or Verlander, my bad, and then Lainey Riesau on their doubles to help the Warriors at least get some points on the board. And then their next 2 games are in Owatonna, Minnesota against Mankato State, and then they had the NSIC conference play, which seems kind of weird because I'm looking at last year's tournament. It seems like they added 2 more spots to it, unless that's a mishap, so they could still make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think 6 teams get in the NSIC tournament. So as of right now, Winona State a couple of games back right now. I believe a half game back. So
yes.
they have to have a couple of things go their way, and of course beat the Mavericks here in Owatonna. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on that.
Yes.
Yeah, must-win scenario for them. And it's interesting, Eric. You mentioned the Augustana score losing in the match 7-0. I do have a stat here for Augustana. Can you guys? So they have won. This is a dominant team. I remember this here from the last couple of years. This has been a dominant program in the NSIC for women's tennis. Can you tell me how many matches in the NSIC in the regular season that Augustana has won in a row?
37.
42.
You guys are way off.
Lower. Higher?
Way higher.
120.
Even higher.
156.
Higher.
200.
Not quite.
Okay.
187.
187. 187 consecutive wins in a row in regular season meets in the NSIC. If you go and look at their history, they go undefeated every year.
Is it 13 years?
It was 2010 was the last time. Their last loss in a regular season tennis match was April 19th, 2010 against Mankato. They have not lost a regular season tennis match since. They play about, I think it's 10 or 11 every year, but they have dominated everybody. And it's interesting because another stat I should add with that is that they've also won, so they've won the 15 straight NSIC regular season championships. They're on their way to another one, and they've won 14 straight conference tournaments as well. But when they go to the NCAA tournament, they don't typically do that well, which I think it just might be that there's other, the Southern schools probably have way more access, but 187 in a row.
That's crazy to think about. Since 2010.
2010. They all time, because Augustana joined the conference in the fall of 2008, so the 08-09 academic year, athletic year. So the spring in the 09 is when they started. All time, because they lost 3 matches in that year, or it was actually the year before. All time in the NSIC, they're 187-3. Wow. Or actually, it might be 9 more, like 196-3 or something like that. But yeah, they
just keep adding the wins.
right,
I mean, it's still more
It's-
impressive.
It's insane.
I mean,
Absolutely
wow.
insane.
That's crazy. I could never imagine that. Like, that's like Rafael Nadal's like record on like clay courts or whatever.
I can't even think of like a comparison like for a conference champion, even like just somebody who's been as dominant as that. That's wild.
Yeah, so they look to continue their dominance and obviously having quite a year. They won the Central Regional last year. Is the only time I think that they've ever won the region, because typically it only takes 1 or 2 matches to win. Some years it's weird, just the bracket. I think they've kind of changed over the years. But anyway, that's tennis, and our tennis team this upcoming Saturday looking to pick up a win in Owatonna, Minnesota, as they take on the Mavericks from Minnesota State University. One more Warrior sport here to mention would be the women's track and field team, as they are in Mankato at the Minnesota State Open. A couple names to point out would be Caitlin Casella, who finished 5th in the women's 400 meters. In women's 100-meter hurdles, Stella Richter finished 4th with a time of 14.62. And then a couple more here would be Sam.
Top of the cream of the crop go to, and it's beautiful facility to go to.
I'm excited to see the results for this, and I love your enthusiasm, Gabe, about for the Bulldogs, for the Drake relays. Well, anyway, we've about hit halftime here on the Sports Rundown. I do have a kind of a new game we're going to play when we come back, so make sure to stay tuned for that. We'll talk about the Masters, as Rory McIlroy has gone back-to-back, as well as we do have the WNBA draft that has come out, and actually there's been a few picks, but there's been 2 picks, but we will wait till the second half to talk about that. Make sure to stay tuned here to the Sports Rundown on 89.5 KQAL. You're listening to the Sports Rundown here on 89.5 KQAL. I'm Ryan Glenn, joined by Gabe Slavin and Eric Bell. We hinted at a bunch of things we're going to talk about here on the second half of the Sports Rundown. First, we'll start with the WNBA draft because that just started just a few moments ago. Actually, we have a couple picks, and Gabe, you want to give us an update?
Well, I mean, the number one pick has been kind of contested right now. Who was it going to be? Was it going to be AZ Fudd? Was it going to be Olivia Miles, or maybe another option that I haven't listed yet? Well, it is AZ Fudd going to the Dallas Wings, as well as the second pick, which has been announced. Olivia Miles will be going to the Minnesota Lynx. So the Lynx, with the number 2 pick in the draft from the Chicago Sky, pick up the TCU guard.
Oh, and then we have Sorry, we have another pick actually that just came in with the Seattle. Oh my God, I almost said Sonics, but Seattle's team picking Awa Famtiam. I hope I said that right.
Yeah, from Spain.
Spain. That was what it was. Those three were typically those were the top three. That was how I was seeing through all these mock drafts that people were putting together. It was kind of like consensus.
Yeah, and another player that we'll probably call her name very soon is Laura Betts from UCLA, just fresh off a national championship. So she'll probably be off the clock here pretty quick in the next couple. But yeah, a couple of interesting picks so far, but no crazy surprises, I would say.
Yeah, and I would say because there's 45 picks in the draft, and I saw the Lynx have the 45th pick as well. I'm not sure if they have a second round pick then.
No, they do not.
So then, okay, so they have the second and 45th. So I will be interesting to see if they make any other ones. But I did mention I have a game for us, but I'm not. We have one quick quiz for you guys before we get to the game, as I'm trying to just quiz you guys as much as I can here. The last 10 number one, not counting Fudd here. Can you guys together name the last 10 number one overall picks in the WNBA draft? I wish Bree was here. As she said, she's watching. She's going to be glued to the TV watching the coverage. So that's why she's not here. But can you guys name the last 10?
Caitlin Clark.
Beckers.
Paige Beckers. You have the last two.
There's a couple of Ava Wilson.
Asia Wilson.
Yes, Asia
correct.
Wilson.
Did
Brianna Stewart.
Brianna Stewart.
Did Sabrina
Ionescu?
Sabrina,
Yeah.
Yep. You have 5 of them halfway there.
Is Taurasi? Or
No,
A little old.
Okay, I know.
Stewart was the 2016, so that was the last one.
That was
Okay.
the last one. Okay. Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner, no, she would have been older.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Got a big deal too with Brittany Griner.
Well, Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey Plum, 2017.
Okay.
You need 2019, 21, 22, and 23.
21, 22, 23. Okay.
Oh my God, what's Caitlin Clark's teammate? Didn't she go number 1 overall, I believe?
From Iowa? No.
Yes, the year before, 2023. This was the Indiana Fever that picked this player.
Oh, Leah Boston.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, that's
3 more.
I thought you were talking about like Iowa team.
No. I'm talking about Indiana Fever teammate.
Okay, so 22, 21.
And 19.
And 19, okay. All right. I might need some teams here.
Hold on 1 second. Talk amongst yourself.
All right, so, Eric, I'm thinking of teams that we haven't said yet.
Have the Fever had the number 1 overall pick?
The last was Clark and Boston. I don't think they had it.
Oh,
All right.
sorry.
It was going from back in time. The Atlanta Dream in 22, Dallas Wings in 21, and the Las Vegas Aces at 19.
Las Vegas Aces in 2019. Okay.
So who was Asia Wilson's teammate, right? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That's a great question.
Yeah, so they picked right after.
Okay. I'm guessing an all-star? We have a couple all-stars in here.
Let me double check on all of that.
Well, if obvious all-stars, is there someone who's like someone who consistently makes the all-star teams?
If we have a 4-time All-Star here for the first one in 2019.
4-time All-Star. Okay. Again, I'm thinking Plum, but she signed. She signed with the Aces. She wasn't drafted, was she?
I thought she was.
Or she signed with the
No, she was drafted by
Sparks.
the San Antonio Stars.
San Antonio.
One of
Stars.
them is not playing actually currently. So,
Okay.
do you know? Maybe I could just give that one.
Okay.
The Dallas Wings, Charlie Collier.
Collier. Okay.
Collier in 20. She hasn't played since 2022. So.
Okay. So
And then the Atlanta Dream in 2022.
I feel like the Atlanta Dream one should be easy.
She has the same name as me, but it's spelled differently.
Glenn or Ryan.
The first name.
Ryan.
It's actually the same name as a character from The Office.
Ryan. Okay. Oh, Ryan Howard.
Ryan Howard for the Atlanta
shit.
Dream.
Oh.
And then 2019.
2019
Again,
Aces.
I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think.
First initial of their first name?
J-Y.
JY. Oh, gosh.
J-Y.
Bree is probably screaming at her
Yeah.
phone right now.
She's not listening. Come on now.
I mean, she could be.
Jackie Young.
Jackie Young. Okay.
19 was the Las Vegas Aces. So yeah, good job. 7 out of 10. That's pretty good. All right. Well, I hinted that I have a new game here, and I was doing this today. So you guys watch movies at all?
Yes.
Movie watchers? Are you sports movie watchers?
Yeah.
Eric, would you?
Kind of.
Have you seen some sports movies? Well, okay. So I have you guys got a sheet of paper, something to write down, because I have 10 quotes from movies that I'm going to play for you, all right? And you guys will have to tell me what movie it's from, okay? And then you can, it's better, obviously, if you can maybe say the character or not. But, okay, we're going to start here with quote number 1.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night.
Gabe's writing down right away, and Eric, you got some too. All right, yeah, we're not going to guess it. You guys just keep writing. I'll write them. And if you ever want me to repeat, just let me know. All right, that was the first one. Now, number 2.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Some interesting expressions here on these guys' faces. All right. Number 3. I can repeat if you want.
Yeah, repeat it. I don't know.
These guys are so confused. This is
Yeah.
great. This is so funny, and it's going to be funny when you find out what that one is. Number 4.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Both confused. I don't know. Gabe's searching for that one. You need a repeat. You
Yes.
need a repeat. All right. Here we go.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
I wish I was more. I wish I could list off the movie, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
Well. All right. We'll see if some of these only. Eric, you got a couple written down?
I've got 2 written down. The
2
first
written down? All right. Number 5.
Mama says that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush.
All right. You guys good? Mm-hmm. All right. Number 6.
I just want to say one thing to my wife who's home. Yo, Adrian! I did it!
I think Gabe's got that
Yeah,
one.
Gabe's got that one.
Eric's got nothing? Come on.
I've gotten
Eric.
3. Okay, I've gotten 2 names of actual movies.
All right. This is now number 7.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Eric's got that one. Gabe writing down 2. Okay, this is going to be interesting here. All right, we got 3 more. Here we go. Number 8.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
All right. 2 more. Number 9.
You're 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing, and you got hardly a speck of athletic ability.
Eric confused on that one. I think Gabe's locked in. All right. The final one here.
In a way, I gotta make some real money. Now, what do you think? Slightly downhill?
And slanting left.
No, it just seems that way because you only got one shoe on.
Oh, yeah.
So some smirks here. Eric has some, not all written down. Gabe, do you have 10 names written down?
I have 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. All right. Well, that first one that we have was.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night.
Eric, did you write anything down? I think Gabe's got
Okay,
this.
I didn't write the movie. I didn't know what the movie was called. I just thought it was Denzel Washington speaking.
He's in that movie. That's not him speaking,
Okay.
but he's in that movie. Gabe, what movie is that?
It's Remember the Titans coach Yost in their regional playoff round.
That is correct. As Remember the Titans, Gabe is 1 for 1. All right. Number 2 was,
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
and that is.
Dodgeball.
I was thinking baseball, so I put Moneyball. But
He literally says dodge a ball in the. Oh my! I thought that was a layup. Well, hey, 1-1 now. We're here we go. I think Gabe's gonna win.
He's gonna win.
Eric didn't write them all down, but all right, the third one. You guys kind of seem confused by this one.
Yeah, I didn't write that one down. I don't know.
Have you ever seen like Ryan Gosling when he was on Jeopardy? Where it was like a Jeopardy like game show.
Yeah, okay.
And he put like IDK with a question mark.
And he got it right.
And he got it. I hope I put IDK question mark.
Eric's got nothing.
I'm blank. Yeah,
Maybe
blank.
I should have done. Is this heaven?
Oh my God, it's
Because you've never seen Field of Dreams, have you?
No, that's why I didn't
How
know.
have you still? You guys never.
We
seen
have to.
Field?
We have to have a movie night.
We have to play Risk and watch Field of Dreams as we do it. All right, so you guys have only gotten one so far, like right each. Okay, here we go. This was the next one.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Major League.
Major League, yes, you got that one, Gabe, because you said you were kind of struggling with that, so that's good. Okay, so he's got 2. The next one, I believe this is the one I did next.
Mama says that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush.
Eric.
That's Waterboy.
There we go.
Owen Koshak Klein. I mean, Waterboy.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that was exactly so. Nice job. All right, and then I believe this is the one. I think it's the order. Yep.
I just want to say one thing.
Gabe, you have he's got nothing. Eric, nothing.
I don't know this one.
And Gabe, tell me what it is.
It's Rocky 2.
Yes, he even
Oh
knows the
my-
exact movie too. Yes, that's awesome. Gabe is smoking Eric right now. In this.
Dang, I've watched Rocky too. Dang.
All right, next up.
You're killing me, Smalls.
That's one Sandlot.
Okay, I got Sandlot too.
Okay, good. I was like, you gotta have that one. And then is there 2 more now? I think
3.
3 more. Okay. This one I think.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Eric, any guesses?
I don't know the name. It sounded like Kurt Russell.
It is Kurt Russell.
Okay.
So I half point.
That's good.
It's Miracle.
Miracle. Yes. Eric, you ever seen
Oh.
Miracle?
Yes, I have seen Miracle. Oh my
that's
God,
like
I feel
the
that's one of my
famous
favorite
speech
movies.
The last time we watched it was right after the Bears-Rams playoff game.
That's right.
So,
it's such a great story. Maybe it's the Al Michaels calls in our show open. So 2 more here, as the next one was.
You're 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing, and you got hardly a speck of athletic ability.
Gabe's got it. Eric's confused.
No,
Gabe,
I don't know.
what is it?
It's a speech. I don't know his name, but it's like
Yeah,
the janitor in
Yes.
Rudy.
They never
who sings.
They never
who
really
says
say
this.
his name.
Yeah, I don't know if he has like a character. I'll look him up.
What is his official title? I think he does mention his name once, but
I've heard that's not the actual story of Rudy though.
oh yeah,
From Joe
obviously.
Montana.
They're well,
We
yeah.
won't talk about that.
Yeah, no, they don't mention that Joe Montana's on that team, right?
Yeah, I know.
No, it's they're a little dramatized. Do we have an update when his name is?
Well, one of them says his name is Mr. T. I don't think that's true because
pity the
Mr.
fool.
T.
I don't think that's true. I could have done that from Rocky. Well, Rocky 3 next week.
That's true. But yeah, we don't have an official name so far.
Okay, so what we got one more to go here, and then we'll do the final tally. This one, I don't think you guys didn't seem like you knew this one, but maybe you can know from the voice actor.
In a way, I gotta make some real money. Now, what do you think? Slightly downhill? And slanting left. No, it just seems that way because you only got one shoe on. Oh, yeah.
If you think, Ryan, after relaying this entire speech to me last night in the car, that I wasn't going to know this was Happy Gilmore,
Yeah, it's Happy Gilmore.
Good.
get in the hole.
The caddy that
It took me a little second to realize. I'm like, what Adam Sandler is this movie from?
yeah, no, because when you look at there's so many lines that you could do. There's some lines that you can't include in here, like the price is wrong, and then he goes on to in the trailer he says the price is wrong, Bob, but in the movie he doesn't say that. So did not want to include anything in that. But okay, what is the final tally? We'll start with you, Gabe.
I was 8 for 10.
8 for 10, and what are the ones you got wrong?
Moneyball.
Moneyball. No, Moneyball was not one of these.
Yeah, I know. That's what I got wrong.
Oh,
Like
okay.
2 and 3. I got
Okay,
those
2
wrong.
and 3.
I got 4.5.
Okay, so 4.5 because you knew it was Kurt Russell. But anyway, all right. Well, did you guys like this? Was this?
Oh, yeah,
you like
it was
this?
good.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Maybe we can. Gabe, if you ever want it like Thursday, you want to put something together, either like we can continue doing something similar. Or
I mean, since we're on the topic of Happy Gilmore, I feel like that's a great pivot towards another
great
big golf moment that happened this.
ship it on.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that.
Rory McIlroy. Actually, I do have. I do have something from one of the biggest names. Probably right now, he's probably the best broadcaster in sports. That'd be Jim Nantz on the 72nd hole, calling the final putt for Rory McIlroy, winning his second Masters in a row.
Rory is a rare repeat winner at Augusta.
Repeat winner at Augusta as Rory McIlroy picks up his second green jacket. And last year, he wins at Augusta to complete the career Grand Slam. Finally gets over that hump. He was 0 for 16 in the Masters. He finally got it done. And it was just, you could see it was a sigh of relief for him last year. This year, a little bit different. It seemed his demeanor, he was a little more comfortable from being, the pressure was off as much. Obviously, it's the final round of the Masters. He was in the last group. There's still pressure, but he finally got over that hump and found a way to win another one. And Gabe, watching this last final round, there was a lot of guys that had a chance, and the theme I've seen throughout today now, people breaking it down, is that everyone just kind of started to fall off. And Rory, again, he didn't play amazing golf. He only shot 1 under yesterday, but he just stayed the course, and he did enough to get the win.
I mean, Rory started off with the best, I don't know if it was the best lead in Masters history, but he was 12 under after the second day of the Masters. For the weekend, he kind of just, held on to his lead, and Justin Rose came in, took the lead midway through the final day of the Masters, and again, like you said, he bogeyed on 13. He missed a chip shot on the 17th hole. Just a couple of missed shots there. I was really rooting for Rose in this turnaround, so I mean, it was kind of shocking to me see him kind of crumble at the final moment. But again, one of those guys where Rory he finally got over the hump last year, and a lot of narratives he had before. So continuing to see him join an exclusive list of some of the best golfers we've seen in the Masters.
Yeah, his lead after 36 holes was 6 shots, which is the largest lead in Masters history. Interesting enough, it was 5 times players had a 5-shot lead going into Saturday the weekend. And in 1975, I saw this stat, Jack Nicklaus, he won the Masters that year. That was his 5th green jacket. He led by 5, which is obviously tied for that record at the time before Rory just broke it here this weekend. And that on Saturday, like Rory did this year, he shot 73. They both shoot 73 on their respective Saturdays, and then they go on to win the tournament the next day. They kind of let everybody back in, which set it for a great Sunday, made it really entertaining, ends up picking up the win. So that's a pretty cool correlation between probably the greatest of all time, if not Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, who has 18 major titles, and then it would be Rory McIlroy picking up that win.
I mean, yeah, and the person he was fighting with the most, who was second place, Scotty Scheffler, who didn't bogey over the weekend. That's crazy to me. That's absolutely wild. I mean, something that we haven't seen since 1942. And Ryan, who do you think that golfer was?
It was wasn't it Ben Hogan?
We talked
about Ben Hogan. There's not many people probably listening to this show that saw Ben Hogan play golf. I don't. There's not many, but
we could have some veteran listeners.
You never
here
know.
At
Hey,
KQAL.
if you are, thank you for listening, and stay inside right now with the severe weather. We don't know what it's like. We can't see outside. But Eric, were you? Did you see any of this? Follow along? Did you did you see any of it?
I saw the updates and every single day ending, and I mean it was Rory was tied for second against on the first day because we were on the show doing it was you and me.
It was Sam. I believe Sam Burns
yep.
was tied for first.
And then was Scheffler like 50 something, I believe, on day 1 or something. He was.
I believe that was DeChambeau.
DeChambeau was 50. Okay, yeah. I always thought that Rory McIlroy at least had 2 at least consistently, but I didn't know this last year was his first one ever because I always knew I heard the hearings of the golf world and being Rory McIlroy's really good and whatnot. So I always just assumed that he always had one, but it's nice to see that he's the 4th person, or I'm holding up 5 fingers.
5, but 4, yeah.
4th person to get back to back Tiger, Jack Nicklaus, and then I don't know the last one.
Nick Faldo.
Nick Faldo.
Yes,
Oh.
Eric. Yes, yeah. Hey, that was on the screen out here last week when they were talking about it on one of the TVs.
And I'm just going to check something really quick. We said that no one's watched Ben Hogan golf. Actually, we do have a listener who has watched him golf before. My father, John Slavin, who's listening in right now, he says he hasn't told me what he saw him when he saw him, but he has saw Ben Hogan golf. So shout out to John.
Shout out to John for watching one of the best golfers of all time. And I've seen some discussion saying, where does Rory now rank all time and of all the golfers? Because he has the career Grand Slam, back-to-back Masters. He has 6 career majors, and he's only 36. So it's crazy to think. And he also had an 11-year gap between 2014 when he won the PGA till last year when he won the Masters. So kind of a big gap there, but he's kind of starting to get going. And the next major, just over a month away at Aronimink is how you say it. If you look at the spelling of this golf course, it's interesting, but that's where the PGA Championship is, May 14th through the 17th. So a lot of fun to watch the Masters, as always. But anyway, we can move on to another sport, one that the postseason is just about to get underway. Unofficially tomorrow because play-in tournament, I guess it's not technically the postseason because it doesn't count for your postseason stats, but also it doesn't count for your regular season stats. So really, I don't even know where you put these because if you look up someone's basketball reference stats, you will not find these.
I mean, in the most literal term, it is postseason.
Yeah.
So I
But
mean,
it doesn't count.
It doesn't count with the playoffs. Yeah.
I would just say,
So what is
they're
it?
probably going to create like a separate like stats thing, or I assume like in a couple of years where it's like the play-in stats versus the playoff stats or something like that. But yeah, I mean, what a great matchups here for the play-in tournament. I mean, the Sixers, the Magic, who lost on a game winner against Luka Garza, he won Men's Basketball Player of the Year or College Men's Basketball Player of the Year back in like 2022 or something.
Yeah, 2021 for the University of Iowa.
So, I mean, he hits the game winner. I mean, to be fair, it's 31 seconds left, and it's like, what did Orlando Magic do in those 31 seconds? Well, they did nothing. They lost the game.
I mean, yeah, looking at some of these play-in matchups, like Eric said, the 76ers are really interesting because their team, it feels like they've been in win-now mode for like 10 years, ever since Trust the Process. You remember that?
Are we still in the process?
I feel like the process is...
I think
didn't
we
the
are
process
now.
Didn't the process get an appendicitis or something?
Yes, he did,
Unfortunately?
actually. Unfortunately, he did. I mean, he's not going to be able to play in the play-in tournament, but if they do make it out, because at least they have 2 chances if they lose.
That's right.
So... oh my God!
They play the Magic.
They play the Magic, and then if
Jalen
they,
Suggs.
let's say, that's not the only Magic player you know.
Paulo Banchero.
Okay, yeah. Well, but Paulo Banchero's
Desmond Bain, who they mortgaged.
He's
their
on the
future.
Honestly, I don't think I could name another.
he was
Magic
traded
player.
for 4 first.
Oh, so he's not on the
picks.
team anymore.
No, sorry, he's on the Magic still. It's just he was traded for 4. Like when he was on the Grizzlies, he got traded to the Magic.
Yeah, I don't think I could name another player.
Franz
Wagner.
Faulkner, I think.
Wendell Carter.
Wagner. Duke.
Duke.
Just
That
give me
is
a
true.
player. I'll name their college.
That's true.
But I mean, this is gonna be. I think the 7th and the 8th seed is gonna be a pretty interesting matchup because what they go against the
Be the
the
2 seed.
Celtics.
Yes.
Yep,
So-
Boston. Yep, the 2
I mean, what a
seed.
season Boston has had. I mean, no one thought they would have been like this high.
Yeah, I
Jalen-
mean, with
J-
the trades for Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, they blew up. I put in air quotes their core, which was their starting 5, which was key for their 2024 championship. But again, they've just rebuilt with depth. Peyton Pritchard, Luka Garza. I mean, those guys really stepping up into bigger roles.
Cuetta, I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Cuetta or whatever. I think they're starting center. But I mean, looking over to the West, I mean, I think whoever's going to win the NBA Finals is going to be outside the West, or is going to be in the Western Conference. I mean, you have Luka, who had an update today. He got injections, and so he was originally scheduled to come back in 5 to 6 weeks, I believe. But after those injections, he is be able to come back in 3 to 4 weeks now.
Okay, so that is second round beginning of conference finals territory.
Kind of, yeah. Depending on how long the series goes.
Because the second round will start anywhere between May 2nd and May 4th, which
Yeah.
is about 3 weeks or so from now. And then the conference finals will start, the Western Conference finals start May 20th.
And Ryan, it's kind of interesting if I were to tell you like 10 years ago that Kevin Durant and LeBron
On your team, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, exactly.
actually to Rudy Gobert, but anyways,
Oh, true. Yeah, you know what? That's
Rudy
not,
Gobert.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be the Timberwolves making it back to back Western Conference Finals like a lot of you guys are hoping for, it's going to be the Thunder and the Spurs. Or maybe the Nuggets. But I'm going to say the Spurs.
Hence the sarcastic tone in my voice when I said all that.
I will say, though, the last 4 NBA champions, all of them have been eliminated in the semifinals. Because last year it was OKC, or not OKC winning, but they won it. They're going to be facing either the Lakers or the Rockets. And obviously, an 8 seed has beaten a 1 before. But again, last year, the Celtics lost to the Knicks. Year before, Nuggets lost to the T-Wolves. Year before that, Lakers defeated the Warriors. So there's a bit of a trend here where you might not see the Wolves play the Thunder, again, hypothetically. Or you could even see San Antonio, because we've seen a 7 beat a 2 last year when the Rockets were the 2 seeds. So
true.
There's a lot to look at there as well.
And that's the thing. I think, remember the Rockets last year with that experience. Sometimes I believe when there's a younger team, I know they had Kevin Durant, but when you kind of have a younger group that hasn't really been there, I really don't. You kind of have a disadvantage. I think that's kind of what the Thunder went through in 2024 when they lost to the Mavericks. It was a kind of, okay, we need to get that experience. And it was when somebody asked, it was Ant and Cat after the game, like sometimes you have to lose more before you can win. And they're like, we've been losing for 20 years. Like, and yeah, unfortunately, it's gonna be a tough road, but. Eric, are the Thunder going to win it then? Because we can make a pick here. Are they going to win? Are they going to win the whole thing? Are they going back to back? Because the decade of 2020s is the decade of repeat champions. If you just look at a lot of the major sports, the Dodgers repeated. UConn for men's basketball repeated. You look at the NHL, the Lightning and the Panthers have both repeated. Rory just repeated in the Masters. So history says it can happen.
Well, but NBA history has not said that in the 2020s. To be fair, but the last 5 or 6 years, or well, I should say 5 years technically, it's been the Thunder, the Celtics, the Nuggets, Lakers won in 2020,
Warriors. Before the Nuggets,
yes,
and then the Bucks,
yep,
and the last repeat champion was Golden State back in 2018.
So we've had 6 different teams now in the last 6 years.
So it could be different, but I was going to pick my Thunder that are going to win it over I'm going to watch. Okay, the real finals is going to be the Spurs and the Thunder. All right, that's the real finals. All right, I'm going to say that.
I will say, though, teams who lose, like a lot of the champions, a lot of people have said that there are teams that are built to stop them. And the one team that I thought early in the year that was built to defeat the Thunder, especially this offseason with how they spent their money, was the Houston Rockets, because they have the defenders taking on SGA, Jalen Williams, as well as Chet Holmgren. They have the versatility, and now they have their top scorer in Kevin Durant. They do have the pieces in place to potentially take down the Thunder.
They do have the pieces, but after the All-Star break, that kind of fell off, and they haven't played bad. Don't get me wrong, they're the 5th seed for a reason, but I don't see it. The only one that I can see are the Spurs and the Nuggets defeating the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. Or they would not be able to get to face the Nuggets in the Western. No, sorry, they
would face the Spurs in the second round.
Yes,
yeah.
But they have a chance to. And I mean, if the Timberwolves go on a run, I think they are a sneaky team to beat the Thunder. I do think that would be one other team that out of the top 6 that I would be kind of scared of as a Thunder fan to face in the Western Conference Finals.
A common denominator I've noticed in the Nuggets-Wolves series is usually the best of each team usually gets the better of the other. So in 2023, Nuggets were the number 1 rated offense according to the NBA advanced analytics. And then the year the Wolves won, they were the number 1 rated defense. This year, it's leaning more towards Denver as they are the number 1 adjusted offensive rating in the NBA. Wolves aren't. And the difference is going to be, can Denver defend the Wolves consistently? Because the Wolves are 8th in offensive rating, 12th in defensive rating. There's a little more variance for the Nuggets. So if their offense can translate, that's going to be the big teller there.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to shut down Nikola Jokic, who's averaging, 27, 14, and 12 a game? Or it's probably not that much, but
27, 10, and I believe 12.
Yeah, triple-double a game, because why not?
Yes, 12, almost 13. Should run that up.
But yeah, hey, I mean, the last 2 years we've been here, the Wolves, they made a run.
True.
Why can't they go and win the whole thing? It just doesn't seem that it's trending their way this year, but I guess we'll see. As Eric said, the Western Conference is going to win. Somebody's going to come out of the West to win it. That's what you said. So
I can't think of any other team in the West outside of maybe the Celtics, maybe the Knicks.
Well, I mean, we can also talk about another team that's getting really close to their postseason as well as, the Wild have their first-round series set, Ryan.
They sure do. They're going to see the Dallas Stars this first round, which will start either Saturday or Sunday. We'll have to wait. on that. And this is a team that has not seen the second round since 2015. I was in 4th grade then, and Eric would have been in 5th grade.
2014.
Because you're a year older than me, right?
I would have been in 6th grade.
6th grade.
2014, because...
Did you graduate high school in 21 or 22?
21.
21. So you've been in 6th grade, and Gabe would have been in 3rd grade. So it's been a while. It's been a minute since we've seen the Wild advance, and this is obviously a much different team. But they have Quinn Hughes this year, who's just absolutely just flying all over the ice for them. Kirill Kaprizov, Matt Boldy, both 40-goal scorers. And we saw on Friday when they played, or it was Thursday night actually, when they played, there were some fights. There was some physicality in that game. And the Stars and the Wild, they racked up the penalty minutes. And I think they're just trying to set the tone. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Plus, the Stanley Cup playoffs, it's tough to beat that. I don't know, Eric, I know you're not as big a hockey guy, but it's fun to watch. These teams, these guys will give everything they have for this.
It is definitely fun to watch the NHL playoffs when I can, at least for me.
And I know, Ryan, you're not a big fan, but the Wild have more all-around playoff experience because, I mean, you mentioned a stat last week on the rundown about, a couple of teams that have consistently made the playoffs since 2012, and the Wild are on that list. So that is a factor because they have been in the playoffs consistently. Haven't gone far, I get that, but they do have that experience of being in the dance more consistently than the Stars have.
Well, as of recency bias, actually, Gabe, in recent years, I will actually, I will not raise you. I see the Wild. I actually raise you with the Stars. They've made it to the Western Conference Final the last 3 years in a row, and they've been knocking on the doorstep. So in the greater scheme, yes, for the last 14 years, the Wild have more playoff appearances, but the Dallas Stars have actually they got to a Stanley Cup Final in 2020. So I think it's a tough matchup. It's unfortunate, right? People could say that the format's unfair. It is what it is. You have to play them, and if you want to win the Stanley Cup, you got to beat the best teams. And if you win, you're probably going to play the Colorado Avalanche, who are just won the President's Trophy. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll see. We'll follow the postseason here. Hopefully the teams are still going after our school year is done, and they go all the way to June, because that's kind of the hope. But anyway, that's going to do it here for the Sports Rundown as we went through the Masters. When going back-to-back, we learned that Gabe knows quite a bit about sports movies. Eric, you got to watch some movies.
I got
Look, come on, you got all summer. Just,
all right,
just watch some movies. But the WNBA draft, as the Minnesota Lynx drafted Olivia Miles out of TCU. So make sure to follow the rest of that draft if that's going on. So for Gabe Slavin, Eric Bowe, I'm Ryan Glenn saying thank you for listening to the Sports Rundown. Tune in this Sunday at 1 o'clock for Warriors softball doubleheader right here on 89.5 KQAL. And as always, roll Warriors.